when did the fight occur? When did he die?
The fight occurred 2 weeks ago, roughly.
2 weeks ago.
Yeah, roughly.
And when did he die?
He passed away 2 days ago.
2 days ago.
Yes.
Today is Thursday.
Yes.
He passed away on Tuesday.
Yes.
So this is less than 2 weeks since he fought.
Yes. There was I think like a 8 or 9 day interval in between.
And he so what bout was this?
Oh, this was a fight against Jacob Dixon.
A Ghanaian?
A Ghanaian. These were two Ghanaians who were fighting. But
what weight division is that for?
This was fought at a bridger weight because Bahubali campaigns as a super middleweight. Although the Ghana Boxing Authority in the statement they issued told us that he's a light heavyweight, we all know he's not a light heavyweight. His last fight, he fought as a super middleweight. Jacob Dixon is a cruiserweight, basically a mini heavyweight walking around. So they decided to do a bridge weight. According to the promoter whom we've heard on another platform, he said Bahubali made weight for the fight. And so it was a grudge match that needed to be made. But I don't want to go too much into
the details of that.
You know,
no, I just need to get that out of the way so we understand what's happening. So they fought 2 weeks ago. How long did the fight last? Was there 12 round bout? Do we know? Or it was
a 10 rounder.
10 rounder.
It would have been a 12 rounder.
Was he knocked out?
Yes.
He was knocked out.
Yes.
All right. And then 2 weeks later he dies.
Yes.
How different is this from Nigerian situation?
The Nigerian situation was different because
in terms of how did he die?
The gap in between, in the interval, was just.
So Nigeria was really directly after the fight.
After the fight.
But this one was like 9 days.
Yes, but the reason why everybody is pointing fingers at boxing is because of the nature of the punishments that he took and what had happened prior to this. And Bernard, let me say this here and now. Every time we talk about missed opportunities, when circumstances present themselves for us, the passing of Gabriel Larewaju, the Nigerian, in March, and what was done by the sports minister after that, gave an opportunity to sanitize the sport. A sport that is broken, in my estimation. A sport that needs immense reform, in my humble opinion. And the minister set up a committee led by Ambassador Maka Amatefu, Major.
Okay.
They came out with recommendations that were accepted by the minister. I think they're working on a white paper on this as well. And the first recommendation, Bernard, the report hasn't been made public, but I'm going to read the first recommendation for you, and you will understand why, if the recommendation had been followed, we will not be having this conversation. The license under which the Ghana Boxing Authority can continue to operate by virtue of Regulation 13 of the Sports Regulation 2023 LI 2477 should be withheld by the National Sports Authority until the review of the GBA Constitution to reflect the concerns addressed in this report, implementation of the recommended reforms, and the conduct of new elections within 6 months from the submission of this report. Now, if this had been followed,
so the committee is asking for a dissolution of the current administration.
The committee said that the license under which the Ghana Boxing Authority operates under the National Sports Authority should be withheld for 6 months.
On the basis of the death of Olarewaju.
And the fact that they had made other recommendations whereby things should be implemented. The setting up of a medical commission, re-education, change of structure, insurance of boxers, all those things should be put in place, after which elections will be held and then boxing can resume. So why are we boxing?
So it means that the recommendations were not adhered to.
They've not been adhered to. What we've had is the resignation of the then chairman of Mr. Nikwe, whose term was taken over by his vice, Roger Bano, and they've continued. As normal.
Who was to implement this recommendation?
The National Sports Authority.
And they have not.
They have not.
Have
I
they
checked with
since this new thing happened.
No, I checked because you see, the National Sports Authority's response would be, well, there's no link between the death and the fight. But anybody with half an eye and half a brain who watched what happened in the fight against Dixon will tell you, go back to the fight. And the narration that you just played, the person told you that basically after the fight, Bahubali didn't even wait for the program that evening to end. He went home and said he wasn't feeling well. Bahubali had been seen early on in the week in another video with Dixon. You could see his face. When this news broke on the platform I'm on, around 15 minutes after he died from the hospital, I received the video from the hospital. At that time, I had a chat with Maurice Kwanzaa and Prince Donu Leku very early in the morning. You know Maurice Kwanzaa about this.
Experience.
Yes. The man was still suffering from the bruises of the fight. You could tell on his face. So my issue simply is this. If we had done what the committee said we should do then, we would not be having boxing events. This Saturday, there's a fight. Aite Powers is organizing a fight. High Tension is fighting this weekend.
Already?
We have bouts going on.
The committee the Minister of Sports put in place, chaired by a former Deputy Minister of Sports, one of Ghana's biggest boxing minds, Amaka Amatefu, recommended that the license,
amongst other things, but the first one,
the license under which the Ghana Boxing
Authority
operates should be suspended, so that some reforms be implemented.
After which
we will go back to boxing. And we have not done this.
We've been boxing since.
Olaruwajun died in what?
In March.
So this is
the recommendations came 2 weeks after.
So
2 to 3
April,
weeks after.
May, June, July, August, September.
We're supposed to start, if everything had gone according to this plan, we're supposed to be back with boxing in November under a new structure.
And we've gone into a fight. Was this an international fight? Or just
No. This was
a
locally sanctioned fight. You see, and
another boxer has died.
The problem boxing has, Bernard, and I'll make this quick for you. And the reason why I need Mr. Kofi Adams to today tell Yampo for Ankara to withdraw the license of the Ghana Boxing Authority today.
Kofi Adams, the sports minister, should tell the National Sports Authority boss,
who in my estimation is conflicted in the matter.
Why?
Because he has a very close working relationship with the Boxing Authority. He ran IMAX's boxing promotions for a very long time.
So all the authorities are under NSA.
Yes.
So NSA must tell is the one that must suspend the license of the Boxing Authority for the reforms to be implemented.
Yes. I've seen a video where he's helping Aite Powers promote this weekend's fight. And Yao Pafaka is happily standing there with Aite Powers saying that the rumors of boxing being suspended are untrue. And that boxing is ongoing, but the suggestion is that certain things should be done in order for boxing to go on. Have those things been done? If those things had been done, let's take Ernest Akushe's issue for instance. Can Yao Pafaka tell me, or anybody at the Ghana Boxing Authority tell me, that this young man, when he fought Jacob Tete in May, he fought in May.
Oh, just recently.
May, Bernard, he took a nasty beating in May. 4 months ago, he fought on the 25th of May. Where is the post-fight medical report that allowed him to fight in September?
Just 4 months after.
Can the Ghana Boxing Authority and Yampo Faka show me that the Ghana Boxing Authority, under which he's supposed to supervise now, because they are not supposed to have leadership, so he is basically the man who runs boxing. Can he tell me that he saw a medical report from a doctor who said that Ernest Akushe should be allowed to fight? Can he?
So he took a beating,
in May.
And then he went to fight again in September.
He took a beating in May, fighting in his natural weight class. Now, I'll explain something to you. Boxers don't fight at close intervals because when you take that kind of punishment, one, your body must recover, right? When your body recovers, fight camp, normally for a boxer, takes about a month or two. A regular fight camp, preparation for the boxer, because if he has to move up in weight, he must gain the weight. Are they telling me that Ernest Akushe managed to move from being a super middleweight to a cruiserweight boxer
in 4 months?
In 4 weeks. Because this fight was not cooked in August.
So clearly they were.
This fight was cooked in September. This fight was cooked and promoted and staged within a matter of 2.5 weeks. So when did they start doing all these things? The numbers will not add up. It will not support anybody if you start looking at the numbers that way. Now, you have him move up one. Bernard, I'll explain something to you. Why this was even ridiculous and why we need to clamp down on this, because what we are allowing promoters and matchmakers to do is to make money off the lives of some of these young men who don't know any better other than fighting.
Oh.
All they know how to do is to fight. I listened to the promoter of the fight yesterday. He said the bout, it was a grudge match. So he had to make the fight.
As in, people wanted the fight.
People wanted the fight. You know, those areas, there are challenges. Rivalries. So the communities push for a fight. But I'm sorry, this is not street fighting.
This is a regulated...
This is a regulated sport. A highly regulated sport because of the dangers that come with it. Which includes death. As we have 2 now in 6 months. So, if you're a promoter and you know that, oh, Bernard Avle has fans, Godfred Akoto has fans, they want to see us fight. Look at my size and look at your size.
Terrible.
Should you simply say that because the township of Adabraka want to see the 2 of us fight, we should fight? Is that how boxing works anywhere in the world? No.
And
So
this is the type of...
This is the type of promotions we have been doing. Now, if you read the Ghana Boxing Authority statement, and anybody also follows boxing, they all admit Bahubali was the greatest ticket in boxing now. You have him on your promotion, you sell tickets.
Where is he from?
He's from, the coastal side.
So he has fans in the area.
Yes. He was the greatest ticket there. He's basically Bukom Banku reborn. He has the...
They like him.
He's a good trash talker. He knows how to promote a fight. He has the antics, but his boxing level was very low.
And this Dixon he fought, who is he?
Dixon is a decent boxer. I mean, he's a much better boxer than Bahubali is.
And he's also heavier.
Oh, yes. And everybody who knows the sport had said that there were going to be problems. If they don't take anybody's words, Joshua Clottey. Who knows boxing better than Joshua Clottey?
What did he say?
Joshua Clottey immediately after the fight, and not after the death of Bahubali, he said he was supposed to go for the fight, but something happened, so he couldn't go. And he traveled the following day. But he was able to watch the video of the fight. And he said he had advice for Bahubali. And Joshua Clottey said that, look, he does not know when Bahubali started boxing. But the manner in which he fights is dangerous to his health. Somebody should tell him either he changes how he fights or he should find a new profession.
Are you serious?
This was Joshua Clottey.
A few days after the fight.
A day or 2 after, he was in New York.
That if he doesn't change his style of boxing...
He says he takes too many punches. And this was his commentary of the fight he had just watched. And that the way he fights, if he doesn't take care, it won't end well for him.
Was there a referee of this bout?
There was a referee. And I'll get to that as well. You see? And again, which is why I'm saying, if we had dealt with the recommendation, point 1, I'll even look at the rest. Point 1 of the recommendation.
Stop boxing activities and restructure
it properly. We will not have had the fight taking place in the first place. For us to be having this conversation, for Akushe's people to be having funerals and having discussions about what ifs. So here we are. The promoters are simply staging the fights, collecting their money, and you see the communities benefit from this because they are betting behind it. Not like official betting, but this guy and I, round 1, this one will go. So even if you watched the fight, the commentary behind this, when Dixon was beating him, Agbe Bahubali, Agbe, to wait, they are killing Bahubali in the ring. The referee was also watching. And I think there is a bit of history behind what the referees are doing in extending the fight. Because I was watching the thing and I was like, the referee should have stopped the fight way earlier than he did. He allowed too many headshots. Bahubali wasn't defending himself. But the referee seemed to have fallen in line with the crowd's
so
bloodlust.
The whole thing is not, it's like,
you understand? Because the last time, and here's the thing, the last time a referee tried to stop a fight early at the Bukom Arena, the supporters, what they did that day was a whole different show. Saying that the referee had stepped in too early and that the boxer could have, recovered and done something.
This is not a problem. It's just like we are joking here.
Well,
you see?
Gladiators fighting.
Yes.
So, my only call this morning, Bernard, I did my checks yesterday. The Ghana Boxing Authority and their people are also saying that up until 2 days ago, they hadn't seen the recommendations, so they don't know what to implement.
Oh no.
Come on.
That's what they are saying.
Come on.
The Boxing Authority people. are saying that
recommendations of
they hadn't
a report the Minister for Sports
according to them, they only got sight of the recommendations 2 days ago. So,
who received the report?
No, they said the report was handed over to the sports minister by Ambassador Maka Amatefiu.
How many pages is the report?
100 pages.
And it's a proper report.
It's a proper report. It's not public, but we will do our things.
And
mine is here.
And the authority is claiming they received it or they saw the recommendations just yesterday.
2 days ago, yes. That's what they are saying.
2 days ago.
Yes. So they don't even know what to implement. But I'm saying it's not even for you to implement. It is the National Sports Authority that was given the task of doing the license under which the Ghana Boxing Authority can continue to operate by virtue of Regulation 13 of the Sports Regulation 2023 LI 2477 should be withheld by the National Sports Authority until the review of the GBA Constitution to reflect the concerns addressed in this report, implementation of the recommended reforms, and the conduct of new elections within 6 months from the submission of this report. 2. For the avoidance of doubt, the GBA as presently constituted cannot function as to organize, promote, or administer the affairs of professional boxing in this country. 3. In the interim, the NSA should constitute an entity or a body made up of competent and committed persons to take over the functions of the Ghana Boxing Authority and to administer professional boxing in the country. The NSA should accordingly notify all international sanctioning bodies and professional boxing organizations to which the GBA is affiliated with its decision to withhold the license of the GBA as presently constituted until further notice. 4. The interim body should ensure that the rules and regulations of boxing are strictly adhered to in a manner that will reflect best practices accepted universally. The entity also should ensure transparency in boxing promotions in the country. The government shall establish a medical commission with a view to ensuring compliance by all sports entities under the NSA with international best practices to safeguard the health and safety of athletes. As a requirement for obtaining a license to operate as a sports entity under Regulation 13, an applicant must show that it has a functioning medical commission. The body appointed to take over the functions of the GB as stipulated in 3 above should also be assigned the responsibility of putting urgent measures in place to guarantee the safety and health of boxers in this country and abroad, including but not limited to A. Appointment of a qualified physician to the board of the Boxing Oversight Body to supervise implementation of health and safety standards through the Boxing Medical Commission. Now, I will inform you that the person who had been performing this function had not completed medical training.
There's a requirement for medical commission and related matters.
Yes,
and there are doctors who sit by the ringside.
Yes, the person that the Ghana Boxing Authority had been used up until recently was somebody who was still doing houseman's work.
Is that the professional standard?
That is not the professional standard.
Wow.
That is what they had been doing. So if we sit back and think that, look, the people that we have given...
Sorry, has the Ghana Boxing Authority issued a statement since Bahubali died?
Yes, they issued a statement and commiserated with the family.
That's all.
Yeah. And that he was the biggest draw in boxing. They are saddened by his loss.
Finished.
They are done.
Nobody takes responsibility.
Who's going to... Responsibility for what?
For allowing the fight to take
Because they will tell you that so far as they are concerned, there is no link. You see, the sports minister, if I were him, I would tell him, look, he should insist the family do an autopsy. And if they can, they should share the autopsy with him.
No, the
state
state
must
should
take interest in this matter.
interest in the matter.
No, it should not
What
be.
is family?
No, it's not.
Because at this level, if you listen to the audio, clearly this is a traumatized family after what has happened. The state should step in, order an investigation, do an autopsy, and sanction people.
Heavily.
That's what the state should do. You shouldn't even tell the family to do
and
autopsy.
my final call before Bernard, I end this matter because you gave me just a bit of time on this. That Saturday fight that they are promoting, Honorable Kofi Adams, tell them that you are not going to allow that fight to happen. Look, it does not matter whether people will be upset or not.
That's how the state should use its
And
power
its
to
power.
stop this type of things.
Until the proper thing is done in terms of knowing that a boxer's life is protected. I'll tell you something. Richie Kwame, when he fought Teofimo Lopez, a lot of Ghanaians watched that fight. How badly was he beaten in that fight? But after that fight, the Nevada Medical Athletics Commission said that, young man, we are issuing a 5-month medical suspension. You are not allowed to fight anywhere in this country until you come back after 5 months and show us a doctor's notice
That you are
that you are fit and proper to fight. Which is the question I was asking. Was Yambo Fankra and all the people who run boxing, were they sent a document by a doctor that told them that NSA Kushe post the beating he took in May should step into the ring against a boxer who is 2 divisions above him to go and fight him
without any of the things that.
You see, and the reason why I'm saying we should be sanctioning even more people. These fights sometimes happen, catchweight fights, bridgeweight fights, but it happens with boxers of a certain kind of experience. You understand? And Asakushe, this was his 8th or so fight. 8.
As a professional boxer.
As a professional boxer. What is his experience level? And we have a lot of those. Some of the most popular boxers we have in the country now, Bernard, those who draw the crowd, are some of the worst trained boxers you have. But because of the antics, people want to see them. Now they go there, they get beaten, and people are happy. Hey, Ayile, hey, Ayile. And the promoters love it. But who is making sure that the promoters are not simply doing this simply because it fills their wallets? It's a beating they are taking in the ring. They go home and they are vomiting. They go home and they can't sleep. They go home and they tell you they are suffering from all kinds of things and they think it is malaria. Who is looking after them? So for the sake of these young men who are putting their lives at risk every single day for public entertainment, I am pleading with the sports minister. Withdraw this license properly. Let all the recommendations be implemented. Set up whatever needs to be set up. Know that, okay, if we have to do doping, this is the doping office. After a fight, the doctor, somebody doesn't come and just check your BP and then they'll check your eyes and say, yes, guy, okay, you are good to go. Meanwhile, he's suffering from internal bleeding.
Proper scanning and all of those things like that.
With proper documentation that we can track.
You know what's painful? I heard an audio of a sister of Akushi talking about.
Yeah, his twin sister. He's Oko.
So his twin sister. I don't know if you have it here. It's really sad. They are taking him to a church for him to be prayed for, and then the pastor even said they should send him
to hospital.
But the sister did not. Sent him to another preacher at Teshi. And by the time they realized and he got to Kolebu, I think she had recommended that they send him to Kolebu. And then they. But you see, the whole thing is, but how much are they paid?
Oh, some of them are. It depends on the promoter and what is available to the promoter. But some of them you are looking at 4K, 5K. You
mean 5,000 Ghana?
Yes, please.
To be beaten like that.
Yes.
Yes, the sister speaking. I don't know if you have it.
One inshallah Tommy cashing one on the wife of the neighbor. Neighbor ne care or quelle. Only me okonye war why or ya quelle. And quale benimba in your mere come or to me. Nay, yoko. Oko tesi. Nika que, mini fiona me, one quale over wole to get to me. Wakale bagona, fair wakale taste of Moshiako. Wakale taste of Moshia, one wakale taste of Moshia about Sol can be finally. About him, some Wakalaya, Kolebu, Ninkao Dabi, Wakalea, Osofo Mathaye, Tashing Wakale, oh, I feel can be fame. Hey, I've been in me a cushion benation, Ninkada, but also for Bubble Fire. Never call me. No, now only let take Kolebu about Kolebu.
So that was the twin sister of Ernest Bahubali, who died on Tuesday, less than 2 weeks after he fought a man who was probably 2 weight divisions higher than he was. Lots of questions. I think the Minister of Sports needs to get to the bottom of this. The National Sports Authority has a lot of questions to answer. The Ghana Boxing Authority. You see, there's a thing about Ghana that is bad. We say somebody's dead. Oh, it's God. Let's just leave it. No, 2 people have died this year from boxing. Any serious country will take measures to sanitize their space. And I want Kofi Adams to know that we are watching. This is time to show leadership. It doesn't matter whose ox is God because somebody is promoting a fight. Now, what even makes this worse is there's a full report which recommends specific things which have not been done. A report written by no less a person or no mean a person than Amaka Amatefu.
An authority in the box.
Mark Amatefu is the deputy sports minister who took Azuma to 1983 fight in Puerto Rico. He's an authority on boxing, all right? And his first recommendation was that the Ghana Boxing Authority license be suspended. Whilst the space is sanitized, medical things must be put in place. All of this must happen. People are calling for fights, and we have ignored all of that. I think the head of the National Sports Authority also has questions to answer. You know, because as if they are the authority that oversees all the other professional bodies, okay. I'm not even sure if I should ask for an inquiry, because the way you describe the event, it's very clear that there were many levels of failure.
But Bernard,
Yeah.
I think that the first thing that should happen is an executive directive suspending the fight that is expected to happen this weekend. The directive should also set up a public inquiry to investigate the circumstances surrounding the death that we saw first and what happened recently. The specific recommendations as to how to deal with this matter going forward, including where necessary, holding people accountable for their actions or inactions which may or may not have led, as the case may be, to the first loss of life and the one we saw
But
recently.
Sky, the first loss of life
Why am I
is the subject of the report Amaka Amatefu did. So there's already a report on that, and they haven't implemented it.
Which is brilliant. But you see, this very one was done behind the scenes, right? We want to see the committee sitting in public.
People should be called.
Exactly. We want people, it should be a proper commission of some kind so that we know who did what, who did not do what. If we say that we are going to prosecute the people subsequently, then we shouldn't take the commission route. But where it is the case that we intend to prosecute, then we set up a fact-finding committee to investigate, because the narrative that Akoto has given us
It's very.
I mean, this is a country known for boxing.
Scandalous.
It is scandalous.
It's absolutely scandalous. They
That-
just basically allowed the guy to die.
Yes, that should not happen.
pockets?
That should not happen. So the Honorable Kofi Adams, the president, is out of the country. I believe later this morning there should be a briefing online.
Yeah.
The president must be told exactly what happened, and executive directives should flow from that.
I wonder, by the way, what the Nigerian authorities were told about the death of. Yeah, because clearly the way we manage the boxing in terms of the medical people around may have been. I don't know if the reports
It's
went into detail of
untidy.
that. You know, it's untidy. It's very, very unprofessional.
Yes,
You
and
know.
you see, the investigation should also include the referee, because from the narrative Godfred has given us, it looks like the referee is going with the crowd. You are certified to perform a specific function.
Yeah.
So it is generally expected that you act within the remit of what is professionally allowed.
And by the way, was there a fight commissioner? Or, you know, usually when there's a fight, there's something they call a fight
No, you
commissioner.
have the sanctioning body. So
No, usually, you know, when they announce Azuma's fight, they'll say referee is this.
yeah, so there are judges.
The
there.
judge, but there's also some sort of fight commissioner, or
No,
that's
no,
not,
no,
it's
no,
not like
That's
match
football
commissioner.
commissioner.
There's nothing like that.
Okay.
I felt like maybe there's somebody who should have higher authority than the referee.
Is the Ghana Boxing Authority that has a higher referee?
Do they have an official there who can? What I'm trying to say
The
is that
official is the referee.
you see how when they're going to play,
Nobody
football
else
match,
can stop the fight except the trainers or the referee.
So the trainers threw in the
That-
towel.
Yes, either you throw in a towel to stop
Does
the fight.
Baliba have a proper team around him?
That's another question.
You see, all of those
what-
things are the reasons why we need to publicly investigate this matter. And you know, he said something about the medical team around
Yeah.
the fight. Bernard, look, we are putting a person's
Life.
life on the line. That is why a competent team, and I'm not questioning the competence of the young man, because it would seem that he's
in the
not
process.
he's in
But
the
he hasn't
process.
completed.
Yeah, you see, so you need a properly constituted team around that space, because if something happens, the person doesn't get immediately sent to the hospital. You must intervene immediately to ensure that some care is provided before the person is then transported. Now, if we are told that that team, as of the time the fight was going on, was not properly calibrated, it raises so many issues. So all the failures that are being alleged, this would require some proper national audit. if it requires sending people home for now, while we look into the matter to establish culpability and impose sanctions that may follow, we should do that.
Do you know how old the guy was, the boxer who died?
I can check for you.
And also whether he had family. Because for me...
You. But Bernard, he had a wife and a child, according to Fred.
Look at
but Bernard, again, my only call again with the Sports Minister. Halt all boxing bouts.
Yes, he has to cease.
If they allow that Saturday event and other boxing events that are like that, then it means they don't care.
They don't care about life.
Then it means they don't even know what they are doing. They should halt it.